Chapter 4. The Foundation. Shortly after Dracula awoke in the present day, he is then taken to a small apartment where he is accommodated at the Foundation. Dracula sits looking at the television, wondering what an incredible thing. People inside the small box. It's called a television, says a voice. How long have you been standing there? Griffin then appears out of the dark and says, Enough to know that you spent about 20 minutes trying to work that thing. So I ended up turning it on for you. How did you turn it on? I didn't see you. I know you didn't. I'm good that way. So, Dracula, I want to talk to you about the Monster Squad initiative. Whatever you have to offer, why would I want to help you? And what is this foundation? I don't know any of this stuff you do. And what of the estate I purchased back in 1897, Carfax Abbey? After you disappeared and there was no one to take the property, it was then put back on the market. So, what has been going on? Where is Mina Murray? I mean, she must be dead. Of course she's dead. So is Jonathan Harker, pretty much everyone from that time, including Abraham Van Helsing. And the Foundation, well, here at the Foundation, our job has been creating the illusion that mankind is alone. But of course, the 21st century is when it all changes. Yes, you've been saying that for a while, said Dracula, interrupting him. What do you mean? The 21st century is when everything changes, asked Dracula. Griffin then said, well, the age we live in, an age of smartphones and CCTV and digital cameras and enhanced technology, it's getting harder every day to keep that illusion. I mean, it wasn't until the 1940s when man started noticing UFOs, and also people started feeling paranormal activity and ghosts. Of course, if that should ever get out as true, up to now we're managing to sustain that. Have it pulled off as none other than hoaxes, said Griffin. So, mankind is getting too nosy, yes? Yes, indeed. People are, well, a lot more loud and more accepting too these days. And of course, I think this is the time, the age where man will know of our existence, of gods and monsters. And what part could I possibly play in it? Why did you take me out of the North Sea? Because I need you to help us. You want me to help you. What could you possibly offer? I think I know what I can offer you. Really? Could you explain to me what this weird box is with people inside? That is called a television. One of the biggest technological advancements of the 20th century. By the 1950s, people were buying them and, well, eventually it became a common thing. Everybody has one. It is an incredible invention. And they have sound, too. Last time I looked, there was only just projections happening with footage. Well, of course. So, how long has this foundation been around, folks? I never heard of it until, well, earlier. The foundation was founded at the turn of the 20th century. By the year 1900, my great-grandfather, before he lost his sanity, another man named Henry Jekyll and also another man named Mr. Grey founded this domain outside the government, beyond any authorities. And of course, Van Helsing as well. He worked for this facility for a while. But of course, he made it perfectly clear that he did not want any fighting involved, so he consulted. He wanted to have a normal life as possible and had a family. And of course, chose not to tell his children of the whole Van Helsing thing. Thought he can help them become, well, normal. But of course everybody knows there is no such thing as normal. Enough with the chit-chat, said Dracula. Where is Van Helsing's bloodline now? Griffin then said, Van Helsing does have descendants. Well, just one we know of. The last of the bloodline. Who is he? Her name is Ava Van Helsing. A woman? Yes, a woman. But every Van Helsing has been a man. Yes, a man. But according to what it said in Van Helsing's diary, generations that have skipped the male, it's always gone to their child if it's a woman. But of course, the women also inherited the gene as well, where they can have good strength and abilities in knowing of vampires. But of course, over the time, the Van Helsing dynasty has, well, the legacy has become somewhat forgotten. So she has no idea of monsters. No, Count. Which is where you come in. I will kill her. No, you won't. Then why are you telling me about her? I want you to recruit her for me. Recruit? Yes. Recruit her. You do something for me, and I will do something for you. What could you possibly give me? I think there is something I can give you. Just bring me Ava Van Helsing, and I will reward you with what you desire. You have no idea what I desire. Oh, believe me, we have ways of finding out. Now, I have assigned you a partner. A partner? What the fuck are you on about, said Dracula. Then a knock on the door is heard. Griffin tells them to come in. It's a man in a suit and sunglasses. Griffin then says, Count Dracula, I want you to meet Agent Browning. Agent Browning? Yes, Agent Browning. He's worked for the Foundation for a good 7 years now, and, well, he's proven very resourceful. Isn't that right, Browning? Oh, absolutely, said Agent Browning. I, well, had not much of a purpose. I was a retired, well, more like a disgraced soldier. But the Foundation gave me meaning, allowed me purpose. I understand that. What's the point in living if you don't have a purpose? Said Dracula. Come, I think it's time you met the rest of the team, said Griffin. Dracula then walks with Griffin and Browning into the main institution of the Foundation. Griffin then says, "Welcome to the Foundation, Dracula." "What is this? Why are you... All of this is artifacts, relics, and what is that?" "That is an alien ray gun. There's a lot of things on this planet that we keep hidden. Like here is a scroll for a satanic ritual. We keep all these relics, examine them, study them, and make sure they're not in the wrong hands. Here's some other good employees here. Count Dracula, I would like you to meet Dr. Whale, our science and medical officer." "Hello," said Dr. Whale. "You must be this Dracula they got out of the North Sea. But what am I on about? I watched you sleep." "What?" "When they brought you here, I examined you. You were very low in blood. I had to give you some." "You gave me blood?" "Oh yes, injected it into you." "Well, thank you for giving me the strength. It explains why I was not so weak after being asleep that long. Over here is Agent Arnold. And here are some other employees." "Hello," said Dracula. "Why have you brought me here?" "We've told you already. We want you to recruit Eber Van Helsing. Agent Browning will go with you. Now, I understand that you can walk in the sunlight." "Yes, I can. But I am very weak in it, and I don't like the brightness." "I see. Well, you best get on your way. Oh, and I would change your clothes." "What do you mean?" "The clothing you're wearing. The whole Victorian Edwardian thing. It's not very modern. I'll have them provide you with modern clothing." Dracula and Browning then go on their way. Sitting in a car, saying, "Is this where this Eber Van Helsing lives? We managed to get her address." "How do you get the address?" "Well, we have our ways." "How much money do you people have?" "Enough," said Agent Browning. Here she is." Dracula then sees Eber Van Helsing leaving her apartment. Walking her down the street, he sees her go to work. What, she works? Well, yes, it's how she earns money. You know, the female gender's come a long way. Women can vote. They have equal pay to man." "Really?" "We've even had 2 female prime ministers in the last 40 years. Of course, both of them haven't done much favours to the country, but still. It just shows that a woman is capable of as much as a man is." Dracula and Browning follow Eber to work and see that she works in a hospital. "She works in a hospital," said Dracula. "Yes, she is a nurse." "So, when do you think we should make our move?" said Agent Browning. "What do you mean?" "Mr. Griffin told me personally that you should have full control over this, as you have a history with the Van Helsing bloodline. Yes, but never has Van Helsing been a woman before. But I will talk to her later on. As Eva Van Helsing finishes her shift, she gets to the bus stop. There Dracula stands watching her, wearing a black coat and sunglasses. Eva lights a cigarette, and Dracula looks and says, "Huh, smoking is still around." Eva goes, "Excuse me?" "Smoking? I see that people still use tobacco today." "I know it's not good for the health," said Ava. "What do you mean it's not good for the health?" "Well, smoking kills." "Of course." I'm sorry, I can't help but notice your accent. Is that foreign?" "I come from Transylvania, in Romania region." "Oh, right," said Ava. "Say, but you don't happen to have a lighter, do you? I mean, I only just managed to light this last cigarette." "I don't smoke because I don't breathe." "What do you mean?" "Nothing." "Say, what is your name?" "My name? I've only just met you." "My name is Count Dracula." "Count? You're a count?" "Yes, I am quite a wealthy man." "What's a wealthy man doing catching a bus?" at Eva Van Helsing. "Well, Eva, hang on, I never told you my name." "You must have done. Eva Van Helsing. I don't know who you are or how you know my name, but you stay away. I know this. People that know my name, that know someone's name, are usually a stalker or a creep. Is that what you are?" "No, I am not. I have been sent on behalf of the Foundation." "I don't know what you're talking about." "Ava, please. Let me explain." Ava then gets out pepper spray and says, "Step back. I'll spray it." "What is that?" "Pepper spray." "Look, my dear, I just want to talk to you." "Yeah, well, you're not getting near me. Now keep away or I'll scream. I'll pull this." "What is that?" "What is it?" "A rape alarm. I pull this, it goes off, makes a noise. People will be here in seconds defending." "Look, Miss Van Helsing." "It's Helsing." "What?" "I haven't been called Van Helsing for years. It's Ava Helsing now." "Look, I just want to help you. What could you possibly help me with?" "I know about you, your family history." "How do you know my family history? I don't have any family. My father, he died when I was 9, and my mother, she died when I was, 19. "And of course, when you turned 18, did you experience anything new? Heightened strength, abilities that you could not explain, able to see things that other people don't see, a knowledge of something that you never learned but you know? You do have strength, don't you?" "For years I thought I was mad, but I learned to control my strength." "How do you know all this?" said Ava. "Because I have seen your family for hundreds of years and I am a part of it." "What do you mean a part of it? Who are you?" Then Agent Browning appears behind Ava saying, Mr. Dracula, I think we should not frighten the poor woman. Hang on, what's going on here? Who are you people and what do you want with me? My name is Agent Todd Browning. I'm here, we are both here on behalf of the Foundation. We need to talk. Can we talk somewhere private? Why, what do you want with me? Said Ava. I want to personally rip your throat out, but I have been told to keep myself restrained because I am to receive a reward if you cooperate. What do you mean? Look into my eyes. Dracula puts her in a hypnotic trance, and for a brief moment she looks into his eyes and says, "What are you doing?" You see, the hypnotic thing does not work on the Van Helsing. For the last time, it's Helsing. And why you? And then she loses consciousness and collapses into Dracula's arms. He then looks at Agent Browning, who has a trank pen, saying, "What did you do?" "I tranked her. I found it necessary. Now, shall we get in the car before someone sees us? We'll have Mr. Griffin explain everything when she regains consciousness." "Do you work for this Mr. Griffin, all of you?" "Well, yes. We work for him because he is the director of the Foundation." "The director? Been working at the Foundation for as long as 10 years, longer than I ever have. Apparently he had no purpose before he worked at the Foundation. But his great-grandfather co-founded it. Come on, I'll explain more on the way." Whilst they're in the car, Dracula looks and says, "I never got to ask, what is this thing called that we're in?" "It is called a Mercedes. A Mercedes-Benz. It's a car. Car. Not a cabby. Does it not have horses?" "No. We did away with horsepower a long time ago. We drive cars now, but then we found that they pollute the ozone layer, so this is a hybrid car." "A hybrid? What has it got mixed with it?" "It's half engine powered, half gas powered. It charges its electricalness whilst on the engine. You have a lot to learn about this day and age. I heard it took you 20 minutes to get the TV working and Mr. Griffin had to put it on for you. What is this with Mr. Griffin? How does he get into places without me seeing him? You might want to ask him that yourself." Later in the Foundation, Ava wakes up, wondering what the hell's going on. Then, walking through the door, a man approaches. He then says, "Hello, miss. My name is Agent Wagner. I work here at this organization called the Foundation." "Why am I here? What is this Foundation?" "Of course, your ancestor Van Helsing, he really didn't want his descendants to take on his legacy, but of course, as long as this Dracula is alive, you're going to keep inheriting all of this." "What are you on about?" "Allow me to explain. The Foundation is an organization that has created the illusion for over 120 years that mankind is alone. But with the technological advancements with this century and the age we live in, people are going to know of the existence of gods and monsters." "What are you talking about?" "I'm talking about you, Ava. You are the descendant of a vampire hunter named Abraham Van Helsing, and before him there were many other Van Helsings, going all the way back to the 1400s when Dracula's reign of terror started." "What is this Dracula? Who is he?" Miss, would you like a cup of tea? We're not here to arrest you. You can leave any time you want. I just want to ask you some questions. Questions? Yes. Questions? What kind of questions? Do you ever get a feeling when you're scared? Do you have this inner strength that you can't explain? This knowing of how to execute a threat when it comes to you? Yes, but what's that got to do? Did it happen when you were 18? Why do you know all this? Because Van Helsing is a hunter of monsters and vampires, and we are here to try and jog your memory. I don't understand. Really? Wagner then throws a knife at Ava, and she catches it by grabbing the handle before it hits her face. He then says, "Bravo." What? How did I do that? I mean, you could have killed me, yet you aren't dead. Hang on, you're talking about monsters and vampires. How stupid do you think I am? Monsters don't exist. Oh, but they do. They exist. That Dracula bloke you saw today, he is one of them. How? Then Griffin says, "All right, Agent Wagner, I'll take it from here." Hang on, I didn't see you in here. How did you get in here? Wagner then leaves the room, and Griffin sits down saying, "Listen to me. You are the descendant of a great hunter, and we need your skills." I don't have any skills, of course. But once we help you realize those skills, we need you to help us defend the whole entire world. What are you talking about? And what are you on about, gods and monsters? Listen, magic is real, but it is science yet no mortal can understand. But we do at the Foundation. Do you want to know your family history? And do you want to learn how to fight? Because it's my knowing that you, when you was 19, fought off a predator who was trying to have his way with you. You fought him off? Yes, how do you know that? We have been keeping a good eye on you for a long time, Ava. You were brought up in foster care, raised from home to home. But no one understood your inner abilities. You fought that predator off because it was your instinct, the Van Helsing gene. Who are you? My name is Jack Griffin. Griffin then takes a pen out of his pocket and shows it to Ava, and before her eyes, he makes the pen invisible. How did you do that? I can do more than just make a pen invisible. Now, do you want to know about your family history? Just hear us out. Once we have done, if you're still not feeling up to anything or you want to go home, we will understand. Does that sound like a deal? I'm listening. Good. Well, here is your entire family history right here in this file. You can look at it when you get home, or you can look at it now. Ava then opens the file and starts looking away. I see you want to look now. Of course, let me tell you about this Count Dracula and what part he plays in your family history.